With a loud hiss, the bus behind me took off, departing from what I could only assume was its last stop for the day. It had dropped me off up on a mountain, but not so high that I couldn't smell the sweet scent of the sea nearby. Okay, map. Not even bothering to try my phone's GPS, I grabbed the crumbled map inside my back pocket. Lucky I packed this. There's no way my uncle would live somewhere with service. As a famous artist, my uncle's choice to live in isolation doesn't surprise most people. They all assume that the famous Miyazuki? I am hoping I'm not butchering that. Miyazuki-sama is a reckless, or that he can't afford to get distracted. In truth, however, he distances himself from the sake of his students. For the sake of his students. The fact the children of famous clientele with whom he should not be seen. He holds secret art classes for a handful of his brightest students, all within the confines of his private cabin by the beach. I'm not feeling too good. From today on, I will be living and studying amongst them. Just you wait, Uncle. I may take months of making endless calls and sending pricey oil paintings, but now that you've accepted me, I will surpass you in no time. I will be the best around. Gotta shuffle a whole bunch of stuff in my room, because right now I am not comfortably sitting. And you probably just heard me bang my desk. I'll take your secret classes, learn all of your techniques, and become famous beyond your wildest dreams. Too much caffeine. Following the map I had taken with me, I soon located my uncle's cabin. This must be the place. Breaking out into a full sprint, I couldn't help but succumb to my excitement. Uncle's cabin is not only the Uncle's cabin is not only by the sea, but also surrounded by the wholesome and rustic exterior, free from the modern world. Yes, this is without a doubt where oil painting masters are made. Away from civilization, studying with fellow artists, completely unaffected by the world outside. After spending the summer here, I'm sure to become a master. Despite my enthusiasm, I slowed down as I reached the front of the building. Inside I could hear the voices of my uncle's other students, all of whom arrived before me, and suddenly, I felt nervous. There's no doubt in my mind that I'm going to be the youngest person in this class. I'm only 20, and my uncle's students usually have decades of experience. I'm only 20 as well. I do actually love art. I just hope they'll accept me once they see that I'm serious about painting. Okay, calm down, Sir Classy. This will be your first impression. Make it a good one. Yeah, calm down, you pansy. After taking in one last breath of fresh sea air, I turned the handle on the cabin door. Good afternoon, my name is Sir Classy Sendo. Despite my young age, I'm a new student of this class. Please take care of me. In response to my entrance, the chatter inside the cabin stopped, and my self-introduction invited only silence. God damn it, I screwed it up. We'll get him next time. That is until... Rude. As I lifted my head and opened my eyes, the sight of the three beautiful women awaited me. What the heck? Where's the uncle? And where his students? I didn't get the wrong cabin, did I? I turned my head from side to side, frantically taking in everyone and everything. The room was indeed similar to an art classroom, so I was fairly certain that I had gotten the right cabin. But this being the case, I still couldn't locate my uncle or his students. Huh. Yeah, your flies down there, madam. Oh, sorry if you hear me slurping my, well, drinking my juice. My Monster Energy. At least someone's nice. As the girls all stared at me, one piece of information they let slip entered my mind. Did she just say, our new classmate? That can't be right. My uncle's students are all in their 30s and 40s. These three are probably the daughters of his students. I'm sure Uncle is out right now with his actual class. Wow. You three, I don't suppose you know where Miyazaki-senpai is? Izuki. The Gyaru nodded her head towards a chair, one which I found a small white piece of paper. Whip these girls into shape by the time I get back, or there will be no art class. Wait, what? You girls are all Uncle's pupils? I see. Did he say anything before he left? The pink-haired girl pointed to the center of the room. Standing there was a statue of Mars, easily recognizable to any oil painter worth his salt. Mars, also known as Ares, the god of war. This piece is a staple on most standardized tests for college applications. Going by Uncle's letter, I guess that would make this his test. I need to have each of these girls sketch Mars on their easel, then recreate the statue. Did Uncle tell you when he expected the finished product? 2 weeks? I rushed over to the leftmost easel, leaping over an array of half-finished manga pages and ink bottles. Let's see what we have here. Jesus Christ. This one may still be in the sketching phase, but it's freaking awful. The figure is all lopsided, and she didn't even take his helmet into account. And what's with the rainbow? There's no rainbow over there. I shot the girl an incredulous look. She was still humming, sketching away at her page. How did she even get into Uncle's class? I bet I know. All uncles are perverts in the anime world. All old people. I moved over to the next girl. Ignoring her protest, I moved in close to see her sketch. This one is... alright. She has a good foundation, and it's not a total lost cause, but still just a sketch. Finally, I moved over to the easel of the girl who hadn't said a word since I arrived. Of course, her paper is still blank. What a wonderful drawing. Suddenly feeling weak, I sat down on the fourth chair. A bust of Mars takes 3 weeks to complete on average. Now, Uncle has left me a note saying that I need to get these girls to do it in 2 weeks. I should have known that Uncle would have an ulterior motive in letting me come in here. But this? For fuck's sake, man. I turned to face the girls around me. The Gyaru with clean and elaborated painted fingernails sat before a half-complete sketch. The humming pink-haired girl in the corner continued to doodle manga on the floor. Finally, the dark-haired girl remained motionless in her seat, sitting before a completely blank canvas. Is it really my famous uncle's class? Is this really? Clearing my throat, I arose from my seat. It took me months to convince Uncle to even let me attend this class. If I'm able to impress him, I'll get this once-in-a-lifetime chance most artists can only dream of. Gallery space at the Sukiyaki exhibit. Reward he only gives to his most prized pupils. If getting these girls to sketch Mars in 2 weeks is the challenge, then so be it. Okay, moving on. When did the assignment start, exactly? A whole month. It's been 1 month. A month. Uno. Montho. Montiero. Huh. And all they have are crappy sketches? No, calm down. Stay focused. Okay, no big deal. We just need to make up for lost time. I guess we'd better get started. If we want to complete these within 2 weeks. Because I don't really care about your names, now do I? The Garu girl made her way out of her chair and pointed an accusatory finger at my face. I will bite that finger, madam. I gave my name. I don't really give a damn about your name. That kind of introduction. I mean, I'm just sitting here sipping my malt, so I don't know what you talking about. My eyebrow twitched in response to the Gyro girl's confrontation. You were supposed to introduce yourself when I did. Why should I have to ask for your name? You're the rude one here, damn Gyro. My deepest apologies. Why won't you please bestow upon me the honor, the pleasure of learning your name, fair maiden? That's right, bitch. Two can play that game. The pink-haired girl on the floor jumped to her feet in record time, striking a pose. She seems sweet. The dark-haired girl continues to remain silent even as I stared at her. She is probably gonna slit my throat in my sleep. She shifted uncomfortably on her stool, then quickly averted her eyes. I couldn't tell. Oh god, gotta sneeze. Ow. It was one of those heavy sneezes. After introducing themselves, the girls returned to what they were doing, paying me no further mind. This is going to be difficult. Having learned their names of my so-called classmates, I sat back down. Oh well, there may be weird situations. This may be a weird situation, but it's nothing worth fretting over, right? These girls were probably just waiting for me to come join them so they wouldn't get too far ahead. Perhaps they really are all geniuses. Finding the necessary utensils at hand, I sharpened a soft charcoal stick with my ex-acato blade. I then looked at the statue in front of me, already familiar with it from the countless numbers of times I'd drawn it in the past. The trick is to get the basic shape down. Any complicated pieces like this can be broken up in simple circular shapes and lines. If you don't get the perspective and form down first, you'll find yourself backed into a corner. When it comes time to paint, anyways. I soon lost myself in the act of drawing, ignoring the world around me. Everything else seemed to fade away, almost as though my sketch and I were the only two things in existence. But not quite. Even as I devoted myself to drawing, Nachan's piercing laugh prevented me from completely immersing myself. She continued to scrabble her awful manga, taking to herself the entire time. Talking! As if that wasn't bad enough, the sharp scent of nail polish filled the room as Nana used her spot to paint her own nails. Fantastic. And finally done. Sent me frequent nervous glances. Ain't that nice? I am going to quickly save. Just in case, because I have a feeling my computer is going to try and kill itself on me. So much for the peaceful... oh, great. So much for the peaceful... serenity of the mountains. At this rate, am I never going to get anything done? By the time I looked at the clock, 3 hours had passed. Despite the distractions all around me, I managed to immerse myself in my work, losing track of time completely. That went better than I thought. I can be pretty single-minded when it comes to art. I often forget to eat, breathe, and even sleep if I'm working on something big. See, I never get that immersed. If I can keep up this pace, I'll soon be able to add details and prep my sketch for a large canvas. Putting my tools away neatly, I peeked about the room, hoping that my classmates might have made similar progress. The moment I checked on their work, however, I realized how hopelessly optimistic I was being. Lying face down on the floor, call her Nana. Nana made significant progress in her chicken scratch manga. I turned around. I turned to Dawn, who quickly averted her gaze, and spied her black canvas still completely untouched. Last but not least, well, she's not even here. Forget mastering secret techniques. I've been thrown into a remedial class. Oh boy. After my first night in Uncle's cabin, I woke up feeling refreshed and focused. I am way too tired for this. My tumultuous feeling from the day before had become nothing but a simple blip on the radar, overpowered by the wonders of a good night's sleep. There really is nothing good. Well, there isn't anything good, but there really isn't nothing a good rest